You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised.
Welcome, 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 Brotherhood Worldwide Talk right here on the great WMBM 1490 on the AM dial. Circle of Brotherhood, one brother, one hood. Worldwide Talk today, family. Yes, and there is a lot to talk about, and there's a lot to celebrate, and we want to do some of both of those things with us today. First, we just want you to take a moment, celebrate the fact that you still have life, that you can still hear, and prayerfully you can still see where you're going. You're with Brother Lyle Muhammad. I'm the executive director of the Circle of Brotherhood, and I'll be your host today, but I have some wonderful, awesome, worldwide famous individuals that'll be joining me on the line periodically throughout today as we celebrate the great 7th year anniversary of the Hunger 9. You'll hear more about the Hunger 9 momentarily. As a matter of fact, while there's a pause for the call so you can be ready to respond properly, go ahead wherever you're at right now listening and just Google Hunger 9 Miami. And then pop, when all that stuff coming up from all over the place, you'll realize what's going on. And we're going to give you an opportunity to participate here as well, too. Again, here at WMBM and the Circle of Brotherhood Worldwide Talk, we have a call-in line. If you'd like to add to the conversation, ask a question, be on point and on topic, of course, that number will be 1-888-599-9626. Again, that's 1-888-599-9626, just to give you a backdrop about where we're going to be going today. Again, as I did mention, it is the 7th year anniversary of the Hunger 9, and we're going to be talking about that great 21 and a half day sacrifice where 9 members of the Circle of Brotherhood went on a 21 and a half day hunger strike, camped out from across Liberty Square for 21 and a half days. No food, just water, to raise awareness and bring attention to gun violence. And you'll be hearing more about that. And we will have some of the Hunger 9 on this line as well today. Also, many of you may know that the Circle of Brotherhood recently held a press conference just a couple of weeks ago. And some of you might want to know some information about the latest goings on, about where we stand and where we are in terms of the Miami-Dade County Commission, and maybe one even in particular. So that will be up to you if you'd like to call in and dialogue. Again, that number is 1-888-599-9626. But before we get into those matters of the day, there's a very powerful event that's going on in our community. And I know shortly I'm going to have on the line Brother Reuben Roberts, who's a great partner of the Circle of Brotherhood in many affairs and a great advocate for us here in Miami. There's an event coming up that's called Strong Mind, Strong Man. Let me rewind that back again. Strong Mind, Strong Man. It's a powerful event. It's going to be a conversation about mental wellness with our young men between the ages 13 and up. And this program is going to be taking place this week on the 19th at 7 p.m. And so if I have Reuben, who should be calling in, I want to bring Reuben Roberts up again so he can talk about this great program. And those of you who want to know, again, they got an all-star lineup there. I see my brother James Monk is going to be there. Reverend Dr. Robert Jackson III will be participating in that. Precious Johnson will also be participating, along with Kimbrick Baker and our big brother, Reuben Roberts. Again, it's a conversation about mental wellness. And I got to be honest, I'm always in youth circles, and more of our young people are mentioning the need to have an understanding, awareness, and opportunities to dialogue about those types of things. And so, strong mind, strong man. This conversation takes place this week on the 19th, and it's going to be taking place, I believe, at St. Paul. And so No, at St. Paul AME Church, which is located at 1866 Northwest 51st Terrace here in Miami. And so we'll hear more about that when we get Brother Reuben on the line. I also mentioned to you that we're going to be celebrating the great anniversary of the Hunger Nine, okay? And so at this time, what I'll do is I want to bring up, I know we have, I think we have two of the members of the Hunger Nine on the line. Could they be brought up at the same time? So while I have you two online, I want to really paint a clear picture to our people, because, you know, we always say it like this. Many people are aware of a very famous brother by the name of Mahatma Gandhi. And one of the things, that's in India now, you know, Mahatma Gandhi was known for having a 21-day hunger strike. And he was an activist in so many kind of ways in a worldwide figure. And we'd like to say here, particularly those that are coming up out of Liberty City, India has one Gandhi. We have 9. Men, I want you just to think about it. As I open it up to you gentlemen in a minute, I want people to walk through. I want you to put on these moccasins and imagine that you are going 21.5 days, sleeping outside in tents across the street from the Beans, Liberty Square. No, y'all not get what I'm saying. I'm talking about before they were vacated. I'm talking about when it was all the way live. And then had the nerve to be camped out across the street from a Dunkin' Donuts at the same time. Well, I tell you, these two brothers, I want to, one can speak at a time, but what made you, let's go to Brother Albert first. And let me ask you, Brother Albert, what made you decide to take on that sacrifice of going on a hunger strike?
Thank you for that question, Brother Lyle. My decision, brother, was deeply spiritual, and it was deeply a process that I started a process of redemption. Because I was one of those people on the street that helped to destroy our community in a way that sometimes make me want to cry about it today. And so I decided to be a part of the Hunger Nine, like I said, once as a redemptive process and an atonement. I wanted to atone to the people whom I sold poison to, and I also wanted to make amends and atone for the land that I sold the poison on. So that was one of the major reasons and a calling from God why I decided to put everything on the line, Brother Lyle, to be a part of the Hunger Nine.
You know, and as we listen to you give that testimony there, Brother Albert, I want our listening audience, those of you who know the condition of our communities, who know that we have men, children, and women and girls who are lost, but know that we can be found. When you hear a great testimony like that from Brother Albert, retribution and transformation is surely at hand. Brother Ed Haynes, different kind of stance here. Very, well stated, got your business going on and traveling around the world and doing things. What made you decide to make a sacrifice to do the hunger strike?
Well, what made me do it was the fact that, first of all, giving honor to our lead organizer, Brother Leroy Jones, and yourself, Brother Lyle, as president and as executive director, and Pastor Mack as president, for forming a safe space to collect various aspects of personalities of brothers, as we say, from the streets to the suites, that we can all work together to build a better and a restored community. Me being a brother who represented the suites, per se, not one who has gone to jail or prison, but one who has sent people to jail or prison, I felt it my responsibility to follow and to be a part of my brothers as we went to a place that represented the destruction of our community. You see, as we did the research and to determine even where to do this hunger strike, it was determined that on that very spot that we took over, that was the spot that the initial riots began. People started to destroy during the riots back in the 80s from that very spot. That is the very spot where the economic engines in our community that used to serve our community, that's where they were all destroyed and never returned, creating food deserts and all the like.
Yes, sir.
So if that was the case, my inspiration for doing this was to basically, where it talks about in the scriptures, can those dry bones rise? We wanted to create an opportunity and a thought, because everything exists in the spiritual plane before it manifests on the physical plane. We wanted to create an image that from where that destruction took place, construction can also take place.
Excellent.
And
Excellent.
responsibility.
Yes, sir.
And that's what we did. We went in there to be responsible, not blame the white man, not blame the system, but to say it's up to us to change this condition of our community. That's why I did.
Albert, I need you all to stay with me as we go through this. But to my listening audience here again, we're Brotherhood Worldwide Talk, WMBM Radio 1490. And there's an event coming up. You're going to hear more about that in a minute. That's going to celebrate the anniversary of the great Hunger 9 and that 21.5-day hunger strike. What I'm going to ask my listening audience to do before we go back to our brothers, you got your phones, do your Googling, look up the articles, look up the information, and all of the things that took place so you can find yourself informed about that great sacrifice. And so, Dr. K, if we could at this time, there was an actual anthem. There was a song made during that 21.5-day hunger strike that really summed up the work of stopping the violence in our community. And on the other side of that, we're going to go to our big brother, Reuben Robertson, hear about this great event taking place this week on the 19th. But the Peacemakers Anthem, and then more with the Hunger 9.
Brotherhood, let's not forget, we are the peacemakers of our community. We're not going to be able to save everybody, believe it or not. But everybody we can save, we got to try to save them, man. I'm hoping and praying one day in every black community, there will be a circle of brotherhood, and that's my dream.
Lord have mercy, we really thirsty, need our fair share of the land. It's kinda crazy, seeing the white man's got the plan. I know you got the whole wide world in your hand. I'm only asking that you put some cash in our hand. I'm calling all the black millionaires to come home. I promise you, we gon' help you build right at home. Killing the lies that the black man don't care. That fake news, that assessment really ain't fair. Cause we been sweating all this blood and our equity. One brother, one hood, rebuild our community. Cause all the trapping and gun clapping is played out. We bout to build a black Wall Street in the South. From Miami to Mobile and worldwide. The black man is getting wise, still we wise. The 4th Amendment that passed and now it's all good. Ex-cons can finally vote up in our hood. With one voice, one mind, and one vision. Young kings, it's our time, so pay attention.
I have a dream, you have a dream, that we can be in unity. I have a dream, you
that
have
dream
a
that I had that day has many points turned into a nightmare.
and you're a king, so let's dream, let's dream.
Yo, they used to call us thugs and criminals, we switched up, changed our mindset, we all came to lift up our community with love and unity. Taking our hood back, boy, we stopping the foolery. Putting the guns down, we don't want another eulogy. Don't wanna hear about another death over jewelry. Stop the coonery, the streets ain't nothing new to me. I shouldn't have to worry about a black man shooting me. One brother, one hood, it's all love, it's all good. And we ain't stopping till them bullets stop popping, till our people start eating and our streets start bleeding, yeah. Time out, get the crime out, the grime out. Black kings in the booth, bring the shine out. I have a dream like MLK, I don't play, I'm fighting for my brothers every day, ayy.
unifying us. And at the same time, them people crucifying us. But they know we timekeepers. The crown people, Jehovah's Witnesses and brown Jesus. They know it. So are you trying to get this provolone? They tapping your mobile phones for planet colonial chromosomes. For real? So are you trying to be a mortgage loaner? They'll slide up on you and turn you into an organ donor. Out of bounds, you get drenched, shit. 100 miles, 4 miles on some lynch kit. Don't trust them, brother. Nah. See, that's that Willie Lynch kit. If you don't know, get it to him. Here's the Lynch Willie kit. Lynch. You keep the young against the old against the young. And once we keep them divided, they'll never be one. You gotta keep all them blacks from them red brothers. And all them bum old brothers from getting bread, brothers. All on. Put it together, they'll be booting at each other. And in 100 years, we'll have them shooting at each other. Get them. Get them.
Powerful statement. Again, that song was made actually on the site of the hunger strike with the Hunger Nine. And we'll hear more about some of that more coming up later. But right now, I think I have my big brother, Brother Reuben Roberts, with us. Brother Reuben, are you with us, good brother?
I am. I'm with you.
All right. And you know what? That Brother Reuben, when he says he's with us, that's not just a word. I want to say this about my brother very quickly. First of all, he's always been a strong advocate and supporter with the Circle of Brotherhood, bringing great components to many of our programs because of his expertise in dealing with what we call culturally competent mental health services and practices and understanding and the great work and the way he relates to our young people and our youth. And on top of that, let's keep it 100. We haven't forgotten the work that you have done, dear brother, here in this great city of ours with the NAACP as you led it for so many years. And so I'm grateful to have you with us, good brother. You got something great coming up this week. Go behind and tell us about this event, Strong Mind, Strong Man.
Yes, but please allow me, give me the grace to say something about the Brotherhood, the Circle of Brotherhood. I want to share with you all, the listening audience, this Hunger Nine is just one of many events. You know, we often see or hear that black men are contributing to the destruction of our community. If you ever go to a meeting with the Brotherhood and you see all of these strong men from various backgrounds who are working towards healing and restoring our community, these brothers are doing it out of the goodness of their heart. They've lost funding, they've lost resources, but the brothers are still going, just like they went during the Hunger Nine. The community means so much to them, and I'm so grateful and thankful for all of you, for what you do and what you've done and what you continue to do. You'll always have my support.
By his grace, brother. By his grace. And that, Reuben's not just, he walks the walk, family. He right there walking the walk with us, dear brother. So strong mind, strong man. I mentioned earlier that I'm hearing more and more youth actually talk about wanting to learn more about mental wellness and mental health. But tell us about this event.
So this event is happening at St. Paul's AME Church on March 19th at 7 p.m. And I invite all of you to come out. If you have young men in your life, and when I say young men, I'm not talking about just teenagers, I'm talking about adult men as well, that are struggling and they don't have the answers. They don't know where to go for the answers. Some of the signs you may see is that they're withdrawn. They don't want to go out with and mingle with family, friends, or that sort of thing. Sometimes they may be anxious and not knowing what to do, not knowing where to go for help. This is the place that you need to come to. And this event will be held at 1866 Northwest 51st Terrace, starting at 7 p.m. You can come at 6:30. And we invite all to attend. We want the parents to bring their children. We want fathers to bring their sons. See, we are about building our community. And the men are involved in building our community. So are the sisters. But the men are involved in building our community. Sometimes there's a bridge that's lost. So sometimes what happens is, folks, your mind is the most important thing that you have. And when your mind is challenged due to general anxiety disorder, or due to depression, or due to stress. And right now, think about it. It's a very stressful time. Gas prices going up to $5 almost. People are losing their jobs. People who have businesses are losing funding. And we hire our people. This is a very stressful time for so many people. Kids don't know the certainty of what's going on in their households. And so what happens is sometimes our mind is speaking fear to us if we allow it. And I want you to understand that fear is false evidence appearing real. We have the control. No matter what is taken away, we can maintain, but we have to understand the nuances behind it. And here at this event, you're going to learn about depression, anxiety, stress. You're going to learn about how that affects the black man. You're going to get data on that, and then you'll be pointed to resources that will help. So we encourage you all to come. Bring your children. If you have children that just seems like they're out of sorts, you don't know they're good kids, but they just seem like you can't get them in line. Bring them to this event. Excellent. Bring your young men, women. If you got a man that is there and he needs some guidance, some help, bring them to this event. Bring them to this event, and you come as well.
Now, sisters, I know you better respond to that one, sister. and Brother Ruben, I just want to say for the record, for those who don't keep a good calendar, March 19th, that's Thursday. This coming Thursday, 7 p.m. Give me the address one more time, big brother.
The address is 1866 Northwest 51st Terrace in Miami, Florida, St. Paul's AME Church. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. I hope to see you on Thursday.
And definitely, brother. You'll be seeing me on Thursday because I'm close to the edge, brother. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes. I'm trying to keep from going under. The great Reuben Roberts. We look forward to supporting and participating with Strong Mind, Strong Man. We thank you, dear brother, and we look forward to seeing you and family. Bring your peoples out. You don't want to be on the other side of this. I wish I would have known. I would have, could have, should have. Because on the other side of this, woulda, coulda, shoulda, is a casket or a basket, family. So make sure you come out to support Strong Mind, Strong Man. Thank you always, my big brother. Indeed. And right now, family, wants to let you know again, you're with Brotherhood Worldwide Talk on WMBM. And I know I still got my two brothers with me, Brother Albert and Brother Ed. And just as a segue, you know, come on now. Everybody hasn't had an opportunity to experience participating in a hunger strike. What effect did that have on you mentally? We'll go to Brother Albert first. And even you can go through the different stages because it might have had different effects on you during the beginning of the hunger strike or the middle or the ending. But what did you go through mentally while on the hunger strike for those 21 and a half days?
Brother Lyle, that's another great question. And I was going through a plethora of mental, sometimes anguish, sometimes grieving, brother, and I get this vivid picture that played over and over in my head again when we was at the Belafonte Pecosi Center. And I would like to call the mother and the father of the Hunger Nine. I have to call them that. Sister Tangela Sears and Brother Santonio Carter.
Yes, sir.
It was the cries of Santonio Carter and the wailing of the 50 mothers when they called their children's name, and I was the one that lit the candle. When they called the mother of the grieving, they called the grieving child name, and the mother came up, and I lit the candle and gave that to the mother. So that mental picture played over and over in my head again, as I kept hearing the wails of the nearly 50 mothers beaming in my ears, sort of like a Silence of the Lamb syndrome.
And now just to give a context to the listening audience, annually, Tanya Sears holds an event for mothers who have lost children to gun violence. And at this particular event that Brother Albert is speaking to, I want to paint the picture to you that he just said. There were 50 mothers, and he painted that picture. And then you mentioned our brother Santonio Carter, that father that was there. Speak to that, good Brother Albert.
Brother Santonio Carter, I think he was standing in the gap for the many men that suffer in silence just as deeply as women do. And that brother, he would wail and he was like, "Y'all playing with us." He was screaming at the top of his voice. He was hollering out. He was crying out. He was saying that he was there for the people and the people not supporting him, and the children called him late night and he goes in his pocket and he was screaming and he was wailing, and I think it was the wailing of the pleading of that brother that touched the hearts of the few of us brothers that was there present from the Hunger Nine, and it pierced our hearts so deeply it troubled us. And our leader, he said, "Man, we got to do something. We done did the teddy bears. We done pulled out liquor. We done marched. We done did some of everything. We have to do something different to reach our people, man." And it was the wailing of that brother and the wailing of those sisters that was the impetus, and it gave birth to the Hunger Nine.
Thank you for that backdrop there, Brother Albert. Now, Brother Ed, as I come back to you, is in a different situation. I witnessed you, dear brother. Now, for those who don't know, our brother Ed Haynes, he has the largest black-owned security company in South Florida. It may be even expansive beyond that. I don't know the geography. But what I do know is this. The brother sacrificed and went in a hunger strike, and I watched literally him with his support of his family, pass documents through the gate. And Brother Ed, what toll did that take on you, brother, that you made up your mind to do that, but you were going to be resolved to still make sure your business was your business?
Well, the first thing it did was it took away any excuses from anybody on what was possible. Because I took my laptop in that field and stayed that 21 and a half days. And not only did I run a security operation from there with over 250 employees, but I also created, from the epiphany that I had, that in our community, one of the biggest issues we have is the lack of economic engines. And I was creating what's now known as the circles of empowerment, in terms of an extension of the Brotherhood, where we're actually trying to create financial stability in our community through education and partnership with people like Grant Cardone. So even though it was a time of scarcity, it was a time of lack, it also was a time of creativity, which comes from the fasting process. So for me, it was a cleansing that took place, and a spiritual cleansing, somewhat like happens in Ramadan and other faiths that take the time to actually purify their body. So that's what happened with me.
Awesome, family. I want you to know again, we have two. You may be hearing from some later on as well, too. But we have two members of the Hunger Nine, Brother Albert Campbell and Brother Ed Haynes, on the line with us. I want you to know we will be celebrating these brothers. Now, we're not from that. I'm not even going to call it old school. I'm going to call it no school style, where somebody got to be underneath the ground with daisies being pushed up before they can be celebrated. And that great sacrifice, for those of you who don't know, that sacrifice by the Hunger Nine, it brought worldwide attention. If you all don't remember, the community in the world was becoming desensitized to the daily gun violence that was taking place in our communities. And I even remember during that particular hunger strike, reporters coming from stations that represented Asia and South America, and of course all over the United States, and also a very special group came down that I'm gonna ask Brother Albert a question about in just a moment. But you all can come out with us on Tuesday, March 31st at the Dr. Dorothy Bendross Mendigo Social and Economic Institute, 5120 Northwest 24th Avenue, and celebrate these great men and that great sacrifice that evening, Tuesday evening, 6 p.m. We want you to join us in that great celebration. And Brother Albert, as you just heard me speaking, we had individuals who were family members and activists from the community of Parkland who came down to visit the Hunger Nine during the time, dear brother, we're referring to those who were unfortunately either victims or attached to the Stoneman Douglas shooting in Parkland. But they came down. Talk about that visit quickly, Brother Albert.
First of all, I like to thank God for His grace and His mercy and His magnifying power to draw a light people. And so Brother Lyle was, he was protecting us as he always did. We was being wore down and wore out. And it was two sisters, two of our Vanilla sisters. They wanted to come in the gate. And Brother Lyle, I believe he wanted to turn them around, but for some reason he let those sisters in. And they draw right to me. So one of them is kneeling down, looking up at me. Well, both of them is on their knees. They're holding my hand as I'm telling my story. And they introduced themselves as Shelley and Samantha from Parkland, where that atrocity happened at that school down there. And from the conversations, from the spiritual conversations, from the grief and from the mourning and from the longing to find a solution to the violence, we had a conversation. And from that conversation, we vowed that gun violence anywhere is a call to action everywhere, regardless of skin color, regardless of geographical location. And we have formed a marriage between Liberty City and the pain and the gun violence that goes on in Liberty City. We married it to the people in Parkland, and we've been together ever since.
Go to break. I want you all to understand that particular relationship led to other relationships across this country where you had urban gun violence, where violence takes place on a daily basis, connecting with a lot of these suburban areas that experience these mass shootings. And so, one brother, one hood, we're on the move. But we're here at WMBM. It's time for that break, and we'll catch you on the other side here at 1490. And welcome back to Brotherhood Worldwide Talk here on WMBM 1490 Radio. And family, we've been on the line talking with our brothers from the Hunger Nine. We're talking about a hunger strike, and we're talking about celebrating our brothers. I want you to think about this. Gun violence is still a major issue in our communities. Newsflash, news report, gun violence is still a major issue in our communities and in our world. And so, again, as we thank these brothers who took the sacrifice for the hunger strike, 21 and a half days, we had on the line with us, we still have Brother Albert Campbell and Brother Ed Haynes. And as Brother Albert was just talking about the partnerships that were developed and so forth, Brother Ed, I noticed that during the hunger strike, every single major politician, every single major religious leader, from here going on up, I don't know, maybe to even Midway, Florida, came to visit at the site. Can you speak to those visits and if anything translated into anything of substance?
Well, one thing I can say is that time came at a point that was due tumultuous. There was a lot of stuff going on, and everybody was looking for answers. There also was an environment of community against law enforcement. So we were kind of bridging the gap between all of that and having that conversation, because obviously law enforcement cannot talk to the streets, and the streets don't necessarily want to talk to law enforcement. So the Brotherhood was able to bridge that gap, and we were known for that. So on that site, people came there, like you said, even from the Archdiocese with the Pope. We had a representative come there, along with state representatives. The Congresswoman came there, Frederica Wilson, police chiefs, and they had buses that came. So
it was a very, very fertile moment as it pertained to messaging, even that we did police training classes there that we were engaged in at the time. So yes, it was something that had an impact from a political point of view, that people understood if they really wanted to show the people that they cared, they wanted to come, because the message that we were talking about was so important in terms of violence.
Yes, sir. Now, Albert, I'm going to switch gears with you, because at the same time that we were having politicians and religious leaders and folk of so-called notoriety, we also were having children from the neighborhood, moms and dads and aunts and uncles, and people come by and do everything from hang up T-shirts representing their loved one that was lost to gun violence, and we even had some of those who perpetrated violence come up through there. And so, speak to that side of the community and what you experienced when they came to visit.
Another great question, Brother Lyle. It was a question asked of some of our young youth upon their entrance of what we call Ground Zero. And the question was asked, do you think that gun violence and the killing will ever stop? And most of our children, they had that blank look on their face, and they was absolutely know that it would never stop. And by the time, man, we took them through our makeshift showers, and by the time they seen our police training, and they spoke to different members of the Hunger Nine, when we asked that same question to groups of children after the Hunger Nine experience, brother, the light, something clicked in their eyes. A light came on in their eyes, and they had that hope. The hope that, man, things could change in a community that bids our children going away, brother.
Yes, sir.
And the spirit, brother, it's the spirit of the nine of us, brother. We reached people in places that they didn't know that they could be reached. From the children, they were bringing children on field trips. Children were just passing by. Some of them was looking at the pictures of pictures on the T-shirts and saying, that was my uncle and that was my brother. But they had hope that there was some people, somebody that was standing the gap for them, man, and champion the cause for a safer community, brother.
And you know, on that note, Brother Albert, I want to challenge Miami. It's one thing to watch and cheer folk who are fighting on all of our behalf. And I can bear witness to everything that you just heard from Brother Albert and everything you just heard from Brother Ed, that lives were changed and transformation took place, and people who were hopeless became hopeful. And that is a very important step and a very important stage, and for a community making itself a decent and safe place. I want to challenge you not just to cheer these brothers from the sideline, but to come out and celebrate them and salute them. We're talking about March the 31st. March 31st. It's a Tuesday night. That's the Tuesday night Brotherhood meeting. Brotherhood, one brother, one hood. Tuesday night, come out at 6 p.m. as we salute these brothers. And I just want to do this as we take a musical interlude in just a moment. The message that's being talked about is that there has to be a flipped script. There has to be a change with the thinking of our politicians and our religious leaders. There has to be a change with our community members. There has to be a change that we understand that not only can we win, but what we must do to win. I guess in the great words of Pop the Ripper, we got to change the channel. So I want you to, before we come back to get ready to close with Brother Ed and our Brother Albert, listen to this great song by Pop the Ripper talking about change the channel.
Side music, you already know what time it is.
Hey, 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 hey. Change the channel, change the channel. They play it like piano. Change the channel, change the channel. Change the channel, change the channel. They play it like piano. We need a change. Change the channel, change the channel. They play it like piano. Change the channel, change the channel. Change the channel, change the channel. They play it like piano. We need a change. Television hit your dome with precision to invoke your decisions. That's a head-on collision. Boom, crash in a flash. Your optic lobe turns to ash as you dash for that black shiesty man. Young queens grab their knees, talking about let it breathe. We become what we see, can't you see? They done trick you and me onto them, mama them, daddy them, uncle them, and all of them. They done clone Tyrone and bug my phone and gave me a blick with a fully loaded clip and a switch. Let's switch to the root, don't shoot. I'm just a vessel in the booth and I stand on truth. Yes, I stand on business and my business is my witness. Eyes have not seen how y'all about to get the business. I've been dormant for a season. You don't need to know the reason. Just know that my pen game is borderline treason. Cause I'm not like them and they not like us. They don't want me in your ear unless I kill and cuss. But I must show and prove that there's plenty ways to groove without putting your soul on eBay. It's easy. Change the channel, change the channel. They play it like piano. Change the channel, change the channel. Change the channel, change the channel. They play it like piano. We need a change. Change the channel, change the channel. They play it like piano. Change the channel, change the channel. Change the channel, change the channel. They play it like piano. We need a change. This might bust your snot box and shock your TikTok. Yes, I'm from that block where your dog got shot, but I will not condone the death of our own. I'm unplugged from the matrix, so I'd rather stay home and chill with my boo thing, having deep conversations about the state of our nation and our next vacation. See, I don't play with Satan and he don't play with me. I don't patty cake with demons. I plead the blood and they flee. This frequency that you hear but can't see started from a secret meeting back in '93. Private prisons is the lick and the bag is the trick to get our young artists to push murder, perks, and beef. As we vibe to the beat, we get rocked back to sleep. Tuck you in now, let's begin another zombie on the street. Yeah. They play this live piano, live piano, live piano. They play this like piano, like piano. We need a change.
Brotherhood, talking about change the channel. Yes, change the channel, change the imaging, change the idea that our communities cannot be a decent and safe place to live. Change the image. And then men, speaking of change, a question I want to ask you all. I did ask you earlier about, the mentality and so forth, but only people who've been through it would know it. I guess I'll go back to, I think we're to Brother Ed on this one and then Brother Albert. Both you can respond, but Brother Ed first. What kind of physical changes did your body go through on a 21.5-day hunger strike with no food, only water?
Very interesting question, and probably one that even till this day I still don't quite understand, because I would think that in my mind that the hunger would be so overwhelming, which it was somewhat uncomfortable for, I would say, the first maybe 5 to 7 days. After that, it never even it never bothered me. It's like we all were there. We all were doing the same thing, drinking this water. We made fun of it. We would have our bottles of water, the big jugs, and we would write on there ham and cheese sandwich and lasagna. And hey, man, pass that lasagna over here. They passed the jug over with the lasagna written on it and drinking water. But physically, the thing that I got most from it is that my skin cleared up. I was looking younger. And what happened was my body started to consume itself. It's like the more we went, the more water we drank, the more our bodies became healthy. So for me, that was the greatest thing, and the thing that I've even wanted to duplicate since then, which I'm actually going into that mode right now to try to get back to that healthy state that I was coming out of that 21 and a half days. So that's what happened with me.
Yeah, Ed always tells the story about how much weight did you lose, Brother Ed?
I lost 138 pounds during the hunger strike. Unfortunately, the 138 pounds hired a private investigator, and they found me back.
He found him back, family. But a great Ed Haynes, come out and celebrate and meet that great brother. And Brother Albert, I'm going to ask you one question, and then we're going to prepare to close out, because we just had another one of the fabulous Hunger Nine join us in the studio as we close. But coming to you, Brother Albert, I remember you saying in an interview that if you had a chance to thank Barack Obama for your pardon, that you would do that. And someone heard you, came to the Hunger Nine site, and took a letter that you wrote to Barack Obama. Can you explain to us what took place from there?
Yes, sir, brother. I'm one of those that was on the other side of the streets, and I served 22.3 years in prison and had another 10 years after that to serve. But I had made a promise to God that if he would let me out of prison, that I would come back into this community and I would serve it for the rest of my life. And I think God sent those prayers, and he sent dispatched his angels to the White House, and he whispered in Barack Obama's ear. And so that great brother granted my clemency, and I was able to come home. And so when I was in that hunger strike, losing them 20 pounds, in which I had a spiritual clarity, that's what I gained. And I asked the people in LPL News, I think that's it.
Yes, sir.
I said, I would love to get a message back to Barack Obama to let him know that him signing my clemency was not in vain. And there was a lady that came out there, and I'm not going to go through the whole process, but a lady came out there, Brother Lyle let her in. She said that she could make it happen. I wrote the letter. I gave her the letter. I mean, after the hunger strike, 3 months after the hunger strike, she came on my job with a return letter from Barack Obama, you know, congratulating me and things like that. And, brother, Hunger Nine, it was a life-changing experience for me. And even though I was one of the members of the Hunger Nine, Brother Lyle,
yes, sir,
I am still studying what happened on that great 21.5-day awakening.
Excellent. And speaking of that awakening, we're calling you all out again to celebrate the Hunger Nine on Tuesday, March 31st at our Brotherhood meeting. We want you to be there. I want to thank the two of you for being on the line as we get ready to transition to close out with another one of your brothers who you'll find out is with us here as well. I just want to thank the musical talent of the Circle of Brotherhood. And as we get ready to bring our brother, I just want you all to know that, yes, the Circle of Brotherhood, we celebrate women. As a matter of fact, this month, every March, we celebrate our women. And now, as a matter of fact, I think both of you were featured on this particular piece that we're going to close out this segment with, to our beloved sisters in celebration of Women's History Month. I Wonder Why We Call You Queen, and then we'll get prepared to close out. WMBM, Circle of Brotherhood Talk.
Black man music.
This is the inner symphony of royalty, the epic soundtrack of a queen. I was born a queen. I was raised a queen. I got royalty in my bloodline. I've always been a queen. I'll always be a queen. When I close my eyes and die, I will be a queen. On my headstone, they'll write Queen. Every time they mention my name, they will say Queen. Wonder why we call you Queen.
Black women are beautiful royal queens with power. From Queen's High to Queen Nzinga to Kempavita. All they really had to do was just point a finger. Our enemies sleeping on the feminine energy. Even though we fell apart, we still got that synergy. Yeah. builders of civilizations, like Queen Amina and Queen Goody, my beautiful
Yo, you was a queen from the beginning. When pyramids stood tall in rock gold linen, you walk so graceful, dress so tasteful. Gotta call you queen, cause a queen is able to speak life into the ears of a king. And a seed bear fruit, then blossom on spring. This a spiritual thing, we not disrespect. We're here to protect, no more neglect.
A knife, produce human life, always taking what's wrong and turning it to right. Standing by your king and preparing to fight. You did it in the dark, now we're bringing it to light. We acted like we're less, you made us into more. The brotherhood is here, so feel it in the core. The moral of the story, to sisters everywhere. Find safety in the circle, but never in the squares.
Queen, you're the mother of civilization, source of creation. The world's in turmoil, cause misplacement of your purpose. Chaos rules, no elevation. Death is certain, society hurting, demons lurking, misogynist curtains. The way we make our future certain. Restore your crown and your purpose, Queen.
Black women. Black women. Black women. I bet you. My, Johnny Gill's queen. So you already know what it is, queen. Sit down, wanna talk, need to build, queen. So I can give you definition from a real king. When you're down and you're weak, she'll walk for you. Kinda horse can't speak, she'll talk for you. Kinda up on your business, be a boss for you. And anything play flake, go off
Love
for
it
you.
light, I think it cause she gave me life, paid the price. Ease the struggle and the strife. No nation can rise without the help of a woman. And even when we slacking, they just keep on coming. So respect the fine, embrace the mind. Paragraph being quoted and reported. So my brothers, come with me. Together uplift our black queen. And looking straight in the eye, promise we'll unify. Protect and love them till the day we die.
Yeah, rest in peace to Tupac Shakur and Miss C. Dolores Tucker. Big shouts out to Queen Nails on the intro. Thank you, Barbara Harvard, this is for you. We want to thank our wives, our mothers, our daughters, our grandmothers, our aunties, our nieces, and all of our beautiful black women that been carrying us for so long. We want to apologize for not being the responsible black man that we need to be, to lead you, to guide you, to protect you, and to provide for you. Please forgive us. We love you.
To close out today, again to invite you out to the 31st, we also have in studio with us right now another member of the Hunger Nine. Some people called him the MacGyver of the group. Although if you ask me, MacGyver ain't got nothing on this brother. When you looked at the different inventions and the creativity that he did and just allowing that space and place to be as manageable as possible, I introduce and bring you to right now again, another one of the members of the great, great Hunger Nine that made that sacrifice, Brother Melvin L. Welcome to the Radio WMBM studio that I know you're familiar with.
Yes, I am. Thank you. Yes, well, my experience at the Hunger Nine was, also...
Lift that mic up there so it's in your...
Okay.
There you go, brother.
All right, no problem. Okay, so the Hunger Nine was definitely a special thing for me because it really just made me focus and think about things differently. And so it was a great experience. And I would say the most important thing that I saw that was live when we had the students who were coming from different schools and they were coming in, sitting down and listening to us, and they had got a chance to listen to us talk about why we was willing to put our life on the line to get them to see that they can do things differently and to make a difference in our communities. One police officer shoots one of us and man, the whole country goes up and, right? But when we take each other out, nobody seems to mind, nobody seems to care. And more of us are being taken out. And so these are the things that are crucial to the Hunger Nine and why we did it. It's because we wanted to stop the gun violence in our communities, in our houses, amongst our people, hell, globally.
Right.
Not just here, and it actually did went global for a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. There's no question about it. And the impetus really to people becoming aware of the work that we were doing here in this community, we owe a lot of that impetus to the sacrifice you brothers made during the hunger strike, Hunger Nine. So I'll let you know, once again, we want you to celebrate that, but there's something else to celebrate as well. And so, Brother Mel, I know you're going to be a part of this awesome training opportunity coming up from the Circle of Brotherhood. And when you all think about this, think about what our young people need, right? Many of you are aware that the Circle of Brotherhood recently received a grant from the NBA Foundation to focus on our young people. It's called the Sentinels Leadership Academy, where our young people can earn up to $1,000. Young, I'm talking about 14 to 24, no fake IDs, 14 to 24. And while they're doing that, they're going to be building leadership skills in a real career path. Brother Mel, you're going to be involved with this particular program. Can you just talk a little bit about, I know people talk about earning to $1,000, yes, and you also will receive $100 if you complete the orientation on March the 28th. We're not going to talk too much about that. Go to our website if you're interested. But there's a lot of slots and not a lot of time available. So that experience for our young people, you're going to be one of the individuals involved. What's it been like for you helping to shape and put this program together?
This program is a very, very important part of making our community a better, safe advantage to particularly our young people. And we did this program before and had magnificent results.
We did aspects of this program.
Aspects of this program where we actually had the ability to give them not just how to get a job, but we gave them life skills and how to keep a job. It's one thing to get a job and a whole nother thing to keep a job. And not only did we see our people get jobs, but keep the jobs, we've seen some of our students within 2 to 3 months become managers and supervisors. In fact, we had companies start coming to the door trying to get students before they even graduated because of what we were doing, helping them to transform from not understanding how this thing called life works or getting a job or the importance of these things. And so I think these are key things that are absolutely necessary in our community.
So I want you all to know that you're hearing it now. It's going down. The orientation is on March 28th, but go to our website and register. This is a paid opportunity for young men and young women between the ages of 14 and 24 to earn up to $1,000 while they're being trained, while they're learning, and be directed on a real career path with real jobs after it and real training opportunities to go into fields that they love. But I can tell you this, the classroom experience that they will have with Brother Mel will be second to none. That much I can guarantee you. So there's a lot going on in the world of the Circle of Brotherhood, but you are always going on in our community. And so as we prepare to wind down today, we always like to thank our brothers and sisters from WMBM, not just those who run the station, but those of you who support the station. And so 1490 AM, and we like to thank you. We like to thank our brothers who were on earlier from the Hunger Nine. Don't forget to support Brother Reuben Roberts and that Strong Mind, Strong Man event coming up this Thursday. And so, family, with that being said, Brother Mel, you got about 30 seconds there, brother. Anything you want to let our people know as we close?
Send your children to this program. If you really love your children, you want to see them do better than you have done. Because I'm a father of multiple children, and you want them to be better than we are.
And with that being said, this is Brother Lyle Muhammad, your honored host today on Circle of Brotherhood Worldwide Talk. Peace.
Peace.
You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will